Dear soul, today the angels bring a message filled with revelation and deep introspection. It comes from someone who for a long time remained silent, trapped by their own fears and insecurities. This person, who had the opportunity to get closer to you and build something meaningful, finally admits to having missed that chance. This painful acknowledgement stirs a whirlwind of emotions and regrets. Imagine this person, alone, reflecting on the past. It is someone who never dared to show their true emotions, perhaps for fear of appearing vulnerable, perhaps for not feeling worthy of the love you offered. They recall moments when they could have spoken or acted, but chose to hide behind a mask of indifference. Now, that mask shatters, revealing a heart that recognizes the magnitude of what was lost. Before continuing, write in the comments, "I claim ownership." Now, continuing the message. The angels reveal that this person is going through a phase of intense introspection. They are at an emotional crossroads, confronted with the pain they created by not acting. Every moment of hesitation, every unspoken word, every step not taken turns into a weight on their soul. And it is in this burden that regret takes root, suffocating. The silence that once seemed safe is now unbearable. This person, who believed that avoiding their feelings was a form of protection, now finds themselves imprisoned by that silence. They understand that time does not stop, and that every passing second is a missed opportunity, a chance that may never return. There is a palpable sadness in this person's energy, a mourning for what could have been. They lament the lost opportunities to share with you their most intimate thoughts, their dreams, and fears. They regret not expressing how important you were, how much your presence brightened their days. Now, loneliness amplifies this lament, turning it into an internal scream that echoes in their mind and heart. But the angels, always compassionate, bring a message of hope. They show that the acknowledgement of this regret is the first step toward healing and redemption. This person, who for so long sought refuge in silence, begins to awaken. They realize that if they wish to correct their mistakes, they must find the courage to open up and reveal the truth they have so long hidden. This is a crucial moment for them. The angels reveal that this awakening is not easy. It is accompanied by an avalanche of conflicting emotions. On one hand, there is the desire to get closer to you, to try again, to say everything that has been held back for so long. On the other hand, there is the fear that it might be too late, that you may no longer be willing to listen. This conflict consumes them, but also motivates them to seek a solution, to find a way to reconnect with you. Dear soul, it is important for you to know that this person's regret is genuine. It is not something fleeting or superficial. It is a deep feeling that touches every fiber of their being. They understand that they were wrong not to act, not to allow themselves to fully experience what they felt for you. But now, this regret transforms into a burning desire for change, for redemption. They want to find a way to make peace with the past, to redeem themselves for what they failed to do. The angels ask that you keep your heart open as you receive this message. They know that you also carry your own wounds, your own doubts and pains. But at the same time, they whisper that this is an opportunity for healing, not just for this person, but also for you. The pain you share, albeit in different ways, can be transformed into something more. Something that brings growth and mutual understanding. This journey of healing and reconciliation is just beginning, and the angels are by your side, guiding every step. They want you to know that what lies ahead is an opportunity to rewrite the story, to transform the past into a solid foundation for a future filled with love and understanding. This person's regret is the first sign that there is something deeper and truer waiting to be revealed. Something that can bring a new beginning for both of you. As the angels continue to guide us through this revelation, we are taken deeper into the inner journey of this person who, for the first time, is confronting their true feelings. This is a process of awakening that does not happen overnight, but unfolds slowly, like the sunlight that gradually dispels the darkness of dawn. In this second part of the message, the angels want you to understand what is truly happening within the heart and mind of this person as they deal with regret and try to find a way forward. Imagine then this person reliving the moments you spent together, every smile, every word exchanged, every glance that now seems like a lost treasure. They wonder how it could have been different if they had acted, if they had spoken, if they had not allowed fear to paralyze them. This reflection brings a mix of sadness and clarity. The sadness of realizing what was lost, but also the clarity of understanding why they acted, or rather, why they failed to act. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, "I receive," to claim. The angels show that this person was consumed by fears that were not related to you, but to themselves. Fears rooted over the years, perhaps even decades. The fear of love, the fear of surrender, the fear of getting hurt again. These are the chains that kept them trapped and prevented them from following the path their heart truly desired. It is as if they were always on the edge of a cliff, looking at the vast field of possibilities that you could have shared, but never allowing themselves to take the leap. This person, dear soul, is at a point in their life where they can no longer ignore what they feel. They realize that avoiding their own feelings did not bring the peace they hoped for, but rather a constant sense of emptiness and regret. This is a moment of great importance for them, as it is when they begin to ask themselves, what if I had been brave? What if I had said what I really felt? What if I had shown him, her, how much I loved him, her? These questions echo in their mind, and with them comes the painful realization that it may be too late to discover the answers. However, this awakening also brings a new understanding. This person is beginning to understand that to move forward, they need to leave behind the fear that held them back for so long. It is a difficult process, as it requires them to look within themselves and face the parts of their soul they have avoided until now. But the angels show that this is a necessary step for them to heal and perhaps rebuild what was lost between the two of you. The angels say that this person is learning to recognize the value of the love you offered, a love they took for granted, perhaps without realizing how rare and precious it was. Now, as they reflect on this, they realize it is not something one finds every day. They begin to value what you both had, or could have had, and this fills them with a mix of hope and fear. Hope that there may still be a chance to reconnect, to rediscover what was lost. Fear that this chance has already passed and that they will have to live with the consequences of their choices. In this moment of introspection, the angels reveal that this person is beginning to develop a new perspective on love and relationship. They realize that true love requires vulnerability, requires the willingness to open up, to take risks. And that is exactly what they fear the most, but now understand they must face if they want to have the chance to correct their mistakes and move forward. Dear soul, the angels ask that you have patience and compassion as this person goes through this journey. They know that you also carry your own pains, and that you may have suffered from their silence and distance. But the angels also whisper that if you can open your heart to understand what this person is going through, it can bring deep healing to both of you. This healing does not necessarily mean that you will be together again, but rather that there will be a mutual understanding, a peace that will allow both of you to move forward, whether together or separately. This is a moment of transition for this person. They are in the process of releasing the bonds of the past, confronting their fears, and beginning to imagine a different future. The angels show that this person may be preparing to approach you again, but that before that, they need to complete this inner journey. It is a journey that leads them to confront their flaws, their regrets, but also to realize the strength that still exists within them to change, to grow, and perhaps one day offer you the love you always deserved. Dear soul, as you accompany this journey, remember that the angels are by your side, guiding every step, every thought, every emotion. They know that this journey is not just theirs, but also yours, for what you share is interconnected in ways you may not even fully understand. They ask that you trust the process, allow this person to complete their journey, and be prepared for what is to come, whether it is a reconciliation or simply a mutual understanding that brings peace to both. We have reached a crucial point, the moment when this person finally finds the truth within themselves. It is a difficult encounter, full of emotional challenges, but also filled with possibilities for healing and reconnection. In this section, we will explore how this person deals with the truth that finally emerges, and how this new perception affects the way they view the future and the possibility of reconnecting with you. The angels show that, after so long of denial and concealment, this person is now face to face with a truth that can no longer be ignored. They realize that the feelings they tried to suppress for so long are, in fact, the truest thing in their life. This recognition is both liberating and terrifying for them. Liberating because by accepting this truth, they can finally begin to heal and live authentically. Terrifying because by admitting these feelings, they must also confront what they lost by not expressing them before. Before continuing the message, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, take the opportunity to subscribe. This helps us continue creating meaningful content for you. Continuing the message. Imagine this person, in a moment of deep introspection, sitting alone with their thoughts. They reflect on the moments you spent together, and each memory brings to light a new layer of truth. They realize that in every smile you shared, in every conversation, there was a potential they never fully explored. And now, with this new clarity, they see how significant you are to them. You are not just a memory, but a constant presence in their mind and heart, someone they cannot forget, no matter how hard they try. This truth, dear soul, comes with deep pain. The angels reveal that this person feels immense guilt for not being able to open up to you in the past. They wonder if, by hiding their true feelings, they destroyed any chance they might have had to build something lasting with you. It is a guilt that consumes them and becomes even heavier as they realize how much you meant to them and still mean. The angels show that this guilt, although painful, is also a catalyst for change. This person understands that if they desire any chance to reconnect with you, they must first forgive themselves for their mistakes. They must accept that while they cannot change the past, they can learn from it and make different choices in the future. This is a moment of great transformation for them, where regret turns into determination, a determination not to repeat the same mistakes, not to let fear prevent them from living fully. In this process of transformation, the angels reveal that this person begins to consider the possibility of reconnecting with you. They wonder if there is still a chance if time and distance have not completely eroded what you both shared. And with this question, a new emotion arises within them. Hope. A fragile but real hope that perhaps you are still willing to listen, to understand, and maybe even to forgive. This hope, however, is accompanied by deep fear. The angels show that this person fears it might be too late, that you may have moved on, that your heart may have already closed to them. This fear prevents them from acting impulsively and makes them hesitate to take the first step toward a possible reconciliation. They know they need to find the courage within themselves to face the possibility of rejection, but they also understand that if they do not try, they will never know what could have been. Dear soul, the angels ask that you be aware of the internal conflict this person is experiencing. They are in a state of deep vulnerability, where every step they take is carefully considered. They desperately want to talk to you, explain their feelings, and perhaps even ask for a new chance. But at the same time, they fear that words may not be enough, that the damage has already been done, and that you may no longer be willing to open your heart. However, the angels also whisper that even amidst this fear, there is a strength emerging within them, a strength that comes from the truth they have finally embraced. This strength propels them forward, urging them to try, even if the odds seem small. They understand that to live a full and authentic life, they must face their shadows, accept their flaws, and seek reconciliation, both with themselves and with you. This person, guided by the angels, begins to formulate a plan in their mind. They think about how they can approach you, what to say, and how they can show that they have changed, that they have learned from their mistakes. They know they must be honest, that there is no more room for games or masks. They must present themselves to you in a new, true way, and hope that this authenticity is enough to touch your heart. Dear soul, as this person prepares to possibly take this step toward you, the angels ask that you also reflect on your own feelings. They ask you, do you still feel something for this person? Would you be willing to hear what they have to say? Is there within you the possibility of a new beginning? Or have time and distance already erased any chance of that? This is a moment of decision not only for them, but also for you. The angels are by your side, ready to guide you in whatever path you choose. They want you to know that regardless of what happens, you are loved and supported, and that any decision you make will be the right one for you. Until now, they have been engaged in an internal battle, confronting their emotions, fears, and regrets. But now, something changes within them. They begin to realize that if they truly want to make peace with the past and perhaps build a new future by your side, they need to act. This is the moment when regret turns into action, where intention becomes reality. The angels reveal that this first step is not easy for them. Every fiber of their being is filled with doubts and insecurities. They repeatedly ask themselves, does he, she still want to hear me? Am I worthy of their forgiveness? These thoughts echo in their mind, making every move difficult, almost paralyzing. However, the need to reconnect with you is stronger than their fears. They know they cannot continue living with uncertainty, with the possibility that by not acting, they are losing their last chance to correct past mistakes. This decision to act is driven by a deep desire for redemption. It is not just about apologizing or trying to go back to what was before, but about showing that they have truly changed. The angels whisper that this person wants you to see that they are no longer the same as before. That time and reflection have transformed them into someone more aware, more courageous, and more willing to fight for what truly matters. They want you to understand that the love they feel for you is real and that they are finally ready to admit it, even if it means exposing themselves to vulnerability. Dear soul, the angels show that this person is preparing every detail carefully. They think about how they will approach you, what words to use, and how they can express their feelings in a way that is true and authentic. They understand that for you to believe in their change, they must be completely honest. There is no more room for games or masks. They must show you who they really are, with all their flaws, hopes, and dreams. This preparation is an emotionally intense process for them. Every time they rehearse what they will say, it is as if they relive all the moments you spent together, all the words that were never spoken. They remember the times they had the chance to open up, but did not, and this brings a new wave of regret. However, the angels encourage them, reminding them that this is the path they need to follow, the path to healing and redemption. The angels reveal that as this person prepares to reach out to you, they are also preparing for any response they may receive. They know that you may not be willing to forgive, that you may have moved on, and that you may not want to reopen a door that was closed long ago. And while this thought fills them with fear, they also know they need to try. They need to hear your words, know if there is still a chance, no matter how small. They understand that this action is a way to redeem themselves, not only with you, but also with themselves. It is a way of saying that they are ready to face the consequences of their past choices, that they are willing to accept any response you have for them. This courage, dear soul, is something new for them, something that the angels have helped to cultivate within their heart. And it is this courage that moves them toward you, that makes them want to fix what was broken. The angels show that in their thoughts, this person envisions how the conversation between you might unfold. They imagine how you might react, the questions you might ask, and the emotions that may arise. This visualization is, for them, both a preparation and a way to face their own fears. They know that regardless of the outcome, this is a conversation that needs to happen. They need to look you in the eyes and tell you what they always wanted to say, but never had the courage to admit. Dear soul, the angels ask that you be prepared for this possible approach. They whisper that regardless of what you decide, it is important that you listen with an open heart. This person is not only seeking your forgiveness, but also your understanding. They want you to know how much they regret what happened and how much they wish that you could, in some way, find a new way to connect, even if that means starting from scratch, as friends, or simply as people who understand and respect each other. This is a moment of great importance, not only for them, but also for you. The angels are by your side, ready to guide you in the decision you must make. They know that your heart may be full of conflicting emotions, but they ask that you trust your intuition, that you allow your heart to guide your words and actions. The angels show us that the person who thinks so much about you, who has reflected so much on their mistakes and what they want for the future, is ready to open up, to express everything they feel. This meeting, whether it is a face-to-face conversation, a phone call, or even a written message, is the culmination of all the emotional preparation they have gone through. The angels reveal that as this person approaches you, their heart beats fast. Every step toward you is filled with expectations, fear, but also renewed hope. They know that this moment can change everything, that what is said and done now can define the future for both of you. And with this awareness, they strive to remain calm, to gather all the courage they have cultivated during this process of introspection. When you finally meet, the angels describe the atmosphere as charged with energy. There is a mix of emotions in the air: anxiety, hope, nervousness, and above all, a deep need for connection. This person, who hesitated so much in the past, is now before you, and the angels show that their intentions are clear. They want you to know how much they regret, how much they wish that you could find a way to move forward. They begin to speak, and the angels ask you to listen with an open heart. Their words may be hesitant at first, perhaps even interrupted by moments of silence as they search for the right way to express themselves. But as they speak, you realize that what is being said comes from a deep and sincere place. This person admits their mistakes, acknowledges the opportunities they missed, and expresses the sadness they feel for not having acted differently. The angels reveal that during this conversation, this person makes it clear that they do not expect everything to go back to the way it was before. They understand that time has passed, that wounds have been opened, and that it may be difficult or even impossible to return to what you had. But what they desire, more than anything, is a chance to show that they have changed, that they have learned, and that they are ready to be honest about their feelings. Dear soul, the angels show that as you listen, your heart may fill with a range of emotions. You may feel relief at finally hearing the words you always wanted to hear, or you may feel pain as you remember what was lost. But the angels ask that you allow all these emotions to flow, that you do not suppress them, for this is a moment of healing, both for you and for this person. As the conversation continues, this person talks about how you have always been important to them, even when they did not know how to show it. They admit that fear was the greatest enemy of their love, the fear of getting hurt, the fear of not being enough for you, the fear that if they gave themselves, they might lose everything. But now, they understand that these fears paralyzed them, prevented them from living fully, and from allowing both of you to explore what you could have been. The angels reveal that this person speaks with a sincerity that may surprise you. They no longer hide behind excuses or justifications, but present themselves vulnerably, admitting that they did not know how to handle the feelings they had for you. They express the desire that somehow you can find a new way to connect, even if that means starting from scratch, as friends, or simply as people who understand and respect each other. Dear soul, the angels show that at this moment, you have a choice to make. They whisper that there is no right or wrong choice, only what your heart desires. If you feel that there is room for forgiveness, that there is a chance to rebuild something, even if different from what it was before, this is a possibility that can be explored. But if you feel that your heart has already moved on, that what was broken cannot be mended, the angels remind you that it is important to be honest with yourself and with this person. Regardless of the decision you make, the angels are by your side, ready to support you. They want you to know that this moment, although difficult, is a gift. It is an opportunity to put an end to a chapter that may have remained open for too long. Whether this conversation is the beginning of a new chapter together or a final farewell, the angels ask that you do it with love and compassion, both for yourself and for this person. The angels reveal that at the end of this conversation, this person may feel relieved to have finally said what needed to be said, but may also feel deep sadness if the answer is not what they hoped for. However, they whisper that regardless of the outcome, they will be able to move forward with more clarity and peace in their heart, knowing that they did everything in their power to correct their mistakes. This is the final stage of the message, where both you and this person have the opportunity to look forward, to imagine a new path, to embrace healing, and to find peace, regardless of the decision made. The angels show us that after the meeting, both you and this person may feel a mix of relief and uncertainty. The relief comes from the fact that finally, the truth has been spoken. Everything that was hidden, repressed, and unresolved has been brought to light. The words that needed to be said have been said, and with them comes a sense of freedom. Freedom to be honest with oneself and with the other. However, the uncertainty is natural, as the future is not yet defined. What comes next depends on the decisions you both make from this moment on. The angels whisper that whatever direction you decide to take, the most important thing now is to focus on healing. For this person, healing may mean forgiving themselves for their mistakes, accepting that the past cannot be changed, but that the future is still in their hands. They must learn to be kind to themselves, to recognize that fear and uncertainty are part of the human experience, but that they do not need to define their life. The angels show that over time, they can transform pain and regret into valuable lessons that will guide them in future relationships and on their personal journey. For you, dear soul, the angels ask that you also focus on healing. They know that you may have carried this story for a long time, that the wounds of the past may have affected your heart and soul. But now, with everything on the table, you have the chance to release this burden, to let go of what no longer serves, and to make room for new experiences, for new feelings. Healing for you may mean forgiving this person, or perhaps forgiving yourself for anything that may have weighed on your heart. The angels remind you that forgiveness is not about forgetting what happened, but about freeing yourself from the emotional weight that these memories carry. The angels also show that depending on the decisions you make, there are several possibilities for the future. If you decide that you want to move on without this person, they encourage you to do so with the certainty that you are doing what is best for your soul. They will guide you toward new encounters, new experiences, and new opportunities for love and happiness. They want you to know that regardless of what happened in the past, you deserve love, you deserve joy, and that these things are within your reach. On the other hand, if you decide that there is room for a new beginning with this person, the angels ask that you do so with patience and compassion. They show that if both of you are willing to work together, to build a new foundation of trust and mutual respect, it is possible that something beautiful can flourish from what was broken. However, they also warn you to be honest with yourself about your expectations and limits. It is important that any new beginning is based on truth, clarity, and the mutual commitment to grow and evolve together. Dear soul, the angels reveal that regardless of the choice you make, the most important thing is that it resonates with the truth of your heart. They remind you that life is a journey of learning, and that each experience, whether positive or negative, teaches us something valuable about who we are and what we want for the future. They encourage you to embrace these lessons, to look to the future with hope and optimism, knowing that you have the power to create the life you desire. At this point in the message, the angels also ask that you connect with your intuition. They know that when faced with difficult decisions, it is easy to get lost in the what-ifs and doubts. But they remind you that your intuition, your inner voice, is a powerful guide that always knows what is best for you. They encourage you to silence the external noise, to look inward, and to listen to what your heart truly desires. Finally, the angels remind you that you are never alone on this journey. They are always by your side, guiding, protecting, and offering unconditional support. Whatever path you choose, they assure you that you will be surrounded by love and light, and that there is always a greater purpose in every experience we live. As we conclude this 6th block, the angels leave a final message of encouragement and peace. May you find the clarity you seek. May your heart be at peace with the decision you make. And may your soul continue to shine with the light of divine love. Remember, dear soul, that you are loved, that you are worthy, and that your future is bright and full of possibilities. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "I accept this healing journey." Share your experiences in the comments. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.